INART has now put out the prices, all the photos, and everything for their new Welcome to Derry Pennywise. And honestly, this one, it's a bit disappointing. We're going to compare it to the first one. We're going to compare it to Hot Toys' first one and take a look at it. I don't know if Hot Toys is going to be making a Pennywise or doing artisan or something, but this one, the big disappointing factor to it is it's not rooted hair. You guys saw the first Pennywise from INART is over $2,000 on the aftermarket, and that one has rooted hair. And I was hoping, I was like, okay, if they do a Pennywise, you know, they'll probably do rooted hair or something, and they didn't do it. So sculpted hair, it might be okay. Like, sure, it's going to look good. It probably kept the price a little bit down. We'll talk about that though, because it's still pretty expensive in my opinion. But at the same time, for those of you who were kind of waiting for a Pennywise to have the rooted hair and stuff, you're not getting that, which is very, very unfortunate. So we're going to look at that. We're going to compare it to the first one and do everything like that today. So let's start by just looking at the images of it, because it does look very, very good. I can't deny it's a very, very good looking figure, but it's got that sculpted hair. The sculpted hair they did though, it does look good. You see here on the right, especially, like it kind of blends in really well. You see all the individual strands and everything. Like, of course, I really wish it was rooted like the first one, because INART recently, I guess, yeah, INART, they've been surprising me recently. I only got in my Snape figure, and once I got that one in, it was in game. I'm like, oh, I need every INART figure, or like most INART figures. So I went out and I actually did end up ordering the Harry Potter trio, the Harry, Ron, Hermione from INART, because I really, really wanted those figures now. I threw in that pre-order for Dumbledore. Even though I do prefer the looks from like the later movies, I couldn't miss out on those figures because they look phenomenal with like the rude hair and everything and all the accessories. Just, yeah, any Harry Potter fan needs all those accessories. And also I threw in the pre-order for Draco. So I'm going all in on INART Harry Potter. Their Lord of the Rings line now, not gonna lie, kind of eyeing it. Gandalf's a bit expensive, but maybe for Black Friday, you know, if I can find Aragorn or Legolas or something on a discount, maybe I need to start getting into that line. But Pennywise here, not rooted hair. That's because, man, INART, they're known for that high quality, just like rooted hair, the outfits and stuff. Like, sure, some characters don't need the rooted hair. Like, I know the new Ben Affleck Batman's coming out, and that figure is very pricey for sculpted hair again. But then again, I don't know how many people are going to put the actual head sculpt on them. So that one, to me at least, gets a pass. This one, though, very much of a letdown to me, because I was actually kind of excited to see, like, oh yeah, because for me, the rooted hair is just amazing, or not rooted, but the implant hair, you know, when they slap the wool hair on there is amazing. So I was excited to see this one. It kind of looked like wool hair when we first saw the initial picture, but unfortunately it's not. So the outfit, it looks good. You see like the 3 little fluffy things, got the collar on there. It looks nice. See here, he does get an alternative head sculpt, which is nice. They didn't skip on giving you just one head sculpt, because they did give you 2 the first time around. See the blood all in the mouth. Looks very creepy, because of course he's going to have the rolling eyeball feature. The bases, they usually do pretty well. That's the same too. The base to me is also a bit of a downgrade. It's the floor grading, very simple looking. You also get the pole you can stick in there. We'll check it out, you know, not take it out. We'll check it out. But it says Welcome to Derry on the front. So they specifically made sure it's labeled as a Welcome to Derry figure rather than an It Chapter 1 or Chapter 2 figure. But the floor grading, it does look very nice. It's a circle. It's very small. So yeah, just let me know if you like that down in the comments. The outfit is very, very dirty this time around. You see the shoes, the big fluff balls on them. They look very, very detailed. You see all the bells and everything around little fluffy parts on the ankles. It's got like the skinnier, whatever that. Personally, I don't have a lot of clown experience, so I don't know what all the terms are on the outfit, but this kind of tighter section here than the big fluffy section up here. They've got all the, yeah, like all the weathering does look really good on this outfit. I'm still debating if it's one I need. I honestly don't really collect horror figures, because when I walk in my collection, I don't want to start crying or something, you know, because if you guys saw me play like Outlast on the gaming channel, you know, it's not a good time me in horror. But this one, it does look awesome, because honestly, I've always been a fan of Jason, but then again, when it came out, when I watched like It Chapter 1, Chapter 2, I fell in love with the character. He is so interesting to watch on screen. And Welcome to Derry, a phenomenal show. I absolutely loved it. So I'm still tempted by this one, even though the lack of the rooted hair is a big letdown for me. We'll have to see though, because Well, when we talk about the price, the thing is it's not licensed in the US, unfortunately. So you're going to have to order from a reseller, which means it's going to be even more expensive for us in the US. So we'll see what those prices are, but we'll look at the base price just to, I don't know, ballpark it, because unfortunately it is going to be more expensive for us. It might be, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. We won't get too far ahead of ourselves. But the expression looks great. That really creepy smile. Like, Bill Skarsgård is amazing playing Pennywise. Like, he just plays him so well. I'm so happy they got him for the show. 'Cause if it wasn't Bill Skarsgård in the show, we wouldn't even be talking about this figure right now because no one would want it. Like, he is just a phenomenal actor, especially when it comes to Pennywise. Just look how creepy it looks. Like, you could just have him look so creepy in the display. I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably want him all smiling, balloon up, you know, looking all cheery if I have him on my shelf. I don't want to walk in here and think like, oh, geez, is he gonna like pop out of there, just start eating me or something? Hopefully not. But yeah, it does look very good. You get the little dagger. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but you get, you know, that little shard that they were burying in the, I mean, I guess spoilers if you haven't seen Welcome to Derry yet, but you definitely should see it. You know, they had to spoil it. They had to bury it in the ground. So to like keep them contained to the forest or like the certain area. So you get that shard, which is cool because he is horrified of that thing. You get the little rag as well, it looks like. Then here you can see you could have him in those like cool dancing poses. No clue where this backdrop came from them, because obviously we don't get it, but I guess maybe they made it or they just had it somewhere just to show them, or it's photoshopped in. I don't know, but we don't get any sort of backdrop like that this time, unfortunately, because the first one looked really cool when it had something like that. But you could put them in some cool looking poses like this. So the price. So this one, my face isn't covering it, is $350 US, which means I'm going to say having to buy it elsewhere is going to be closer to $400, especially tax, shipping, whatever the heck else. So for us in the US, it'll probably be around $400. So $400 for a non-rooted hair figure from INART. That's a lot, to be honest, because even their Negan was like $255 or something. He was pretty cheap. So I was thinking, you know, if they do just sculpted hair, maybe it'll be a bit cheaper. And then they're like, nope, $400, you know, just about like $350. Yes, base price. We'll consider that price as $350. But then again, unfortunately, INART, hopefully in the future, they start getting more US licenses, because I want to start paying directly from them, you know, pay these smaller, or not smaller, but these lesser prices, because yeah, that's going to be closer to $400 no matter where you buy it, unfortunately, because the original one was $445. So you know how Hot Toys usually with artisan editions, it's like almost $100 more. So this one is following that same thing. So $349, $345, so it's $95 more. No, yes, $94 more. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna assume I did my math correctly. It's way too early in the morning for me to actually be doing math, but $445. So, okay, it is $100 more, the other one, but realistically on the aftermarket, it's like $1,500 or more than this new one. So the new one I do think is still worth it over the first one. I don't know if we had the option to pay both prices for them. The first one still looked pretty good. We'll compare it. But the main thing that gets me is just that rooted or the implanted hair. Because INART, they were killing it with their hair. Their Snape, can't even see him, but he's right here. Phenomenal. Now I want even more implanted hair figures, especially from INART. Haven't gotten my first Hot Toys artisan, but we'll see when it comes in if I have glue issues and stuff. Because INART, Snape, at least, flawless, made me fall in love with their company. And just, I mean, that sounds really bad or weird to say, fall in love with a company, but you know what I mean? Just their figures are such high quality that now I want even more from INART. And then, yeah, chapter 1 figure for $45, but Hot Toys, who did sculpted hair for their first Pennywise, definitely didn't look nearly as good. No weathering or anything. It was $267. Yes, this was a long time ago, but $267, very, very good price. Like INART, if they brought the price down by maybe even like $50, I don't know. Maybe that would have been better, but unfortunately it's not. So let's do the comparison. So side by side, this is their, on the left, the It chapter 1 figure, their artisan, or not artisan, the implanted hair figure on the left. On the right's the new one. So obviously, right off the bat, the new one does look better with like the tailoring, with all the weathering in the outfit and everything. The face, we'll look at the close-ups of the face, but the face definitely does look better. Less of a forehead, although I do remember him having that big old forehead. But to me, that hair still looks really nice, even from a distance. Like kind of these zoomed out pictures a little bit, even with the pixels. I love how that hair looks. Sure, his hair is a bit more curly and stuff here on the right. So maybe that would have been harder to style, maybe everything like that. But they made the decision to go sculpted. Is it a decision I support? Not really, but then again, it would bring the price up. I don't know. I wish they gave us maybe the 2 options like sculpted and deluxe, because I really would have wanted to see this all with like INART's amazing implanted hair. It's just a big letdown, because now that I'm getting into INART, see how amazing their implanted hair and everything is. It's just, man, it's just a bit of a letdown to me personally, because the hair really should have just been implanted. They should have just given it the option, at least like deluxe, standard, which one do you want? And a lot of collectors probably would have went for deluxe because the implanted hair looked awesome. But yeah, the outfit you can see on the left, it has some dirt and stuff on the legs and different areas, but it's nowhere near as dirty as the new one. Proportions and stuff wise, I mean, he's standing in an awkward stance anyway, but it definitely looks better on the new one. The collar sits down a bit more flush than the first one. The first one's a bit poofy. And overall, the new one outfit wise does look better. Face wise, definitely looks better. We'll compare that in a sec, but hair wise, yeah, it's a bit of a downgrade. So you can see the faces here. Can't even lie though, that first one still looks really good face wise. Like, sure, the cracks and everything are a bit more defined on the new one. Could also be the lighting. Does look, can't even lie, that first one does look so good still though. Is it over $2,000 good? I wouldn't go that far, but just, man, the implanted hair, look at that. It just looks so real and so good. You could definitely tell on this one it's plastic. It's man, it's just annoying. It's kind of frustrating for me, because I'm like, I want to spend all this money on INART figures. I already have, kind of. I mean, you know, buying them from other places, of course. But to get the Harry Potter trio, and now want everything Harry Potter from them, and now, of course, probably want to get into the Lord of the Rings line, because I was initially skipping it, but kind of falling back on that, because I was like, you know, it's not as nostalgic to me, even though I do love those movies. That was basically an excuse of me trying not to spend a bunch of money. Got my first INART figure, and INART was like, yeah, you know what? Let's spend all our money on them. So yeah, or my wallet was like, you know what? Let's spend all our money on them. So yeah, I've been selling figures, getting, you know, changing pre-orders or canceling pre-orders and stuff just to get more funds for more INART figures. That's the crazy thing what INART does to you. When you get a really good INART figure with implanted hair, I might add, it just changes you. You're like, ooh, Hot Toys? Who's that? We need to go for the INART figures. Yeah, that's just how I felt about it when I got that snake figure. Because not gonna lie, I still look at them like every time I come in the collection room, like, dang, that's such a good figure. But the head sculpt on the first one did look really good. If you get that one for not $2,000, you might be sitting pretty good, because the hair looks really good still. It's not as curly or swooped in as anything like this. But then again, also, for some reason, this is the picture they chose is very zoomed in. But zoomed out, it's definitely different. Definitely still looks good, especially accessory wise. That first one's great. Not gonna lie though, I do kind of prefer this really creepy like mouse, all the teeth looking thing. They didn't even give us like a Deadlights head sculpt. They didn't give us anything like that for this one. They're like, all right, splatter some blood on the mouse, make them less smiley, and there we go. Which works. You see the blood and stuff. Of course, the colors I believe are going to be swap outable, so you get a bloodier color, so it makes sense. The bloodier head sculpt looks absolutely terrifying though. Like, look at that. That looks creepy as heck. I do really like that. The blood detail looks really good, really glossy, like darker in places, lighter in places. It looks phenomenal. Could have used, I don't know, does blood even stick to teeth? I'm not an expert on that, but I don't really see blood on the teeth, so maybe that's could have been added. I don't know. I didn't pay too close attention looking at his after eating someone's mouth, to be honest. But the one on the left, I love how that one looks. It looks really cool. Of course, the hair is a bit more messier, a bit more wild, and it's more accurate to what we saw in first chapter. Even gets that claw hand right there. You see that claw hand that my face is covering, so you see part of the claw hand. Yeah, that one looks really cool. Like, dang, man, I still feel like the first one, looking at it, especially now, because that's the fun thing about doing comparisons, you know, your mind can change and everything like that. That first one, I think, still not worth $2,000, but it's still a phenomenal figure if you have that one. Because, oh, yeah, this new one still looks great. The outfit especially. But if people have the first one, I feel like they might buy the new one and take their second head sculpt from the first one and maybe put it on this one, just so they can actually have a upgraded body and use a new body. But head sculpt wise, still use the first one with the implanted hair. So going on to Hot Toys now. Definitely though, I think the sculpt work on the new INART one is better for the hair. I mean, the Hot Toys one still looks pretty good. Different hairstyling though. So I guess the main reason they didn't go implanted for the new Pennywise is because see the curl up top for the hair, curl for like the size of his hair. So it's a bit curlier. Yeah. So maybe they just didn't want to risk like curling it and messing it up or anything like that. So yeah, maybe that's why. But the Hot Toys one, it looks okay. If you really just want a Pennywise, I guess you could go after the Hot Toys one, the aftermarket or something. Just know it's definitely not going to be as good as either of the INART ones. But the sculpted hair looks okay, but I want to just show this to compare the sculpted hair. INART, the sculpted hair definitely looks a bit better, but then again, Hot Toys one is a bit older, and INART, they better have done better sculpted hair than Hot Toys for the price they're charging. And here you can see the proportions. So the Hot Toys one isn't horrible. It's just that face doesn't look that great. Like the detail and stuff, like INART is very, like their details are usually very sharp. Hot Toys are a bit softer in their details. We saw that especially with the endoskeleton when we were comparing those. But yeah, definitely like this one more if you're comparing the Hot Toys one. But I definitely like the first deluxe edition INART one if we're looking at the two. But now let's see everything he comes with. So 2 expressive head sculpts. The figure includes 2 head sculpts with different expressions, capturing Pennywise's ever-changing presence. One head sculpt features visceral blood stains, enhancing the character's cold, unsettling, and airy visual flair. So yeah, the smiling head sculpt, personally, I think I like a little bit more, but the bloody one is really cool that they include it. It's not as creepy as the first one they include as a deluxe, but you know. Both head sculpts are equipped with articulated eyes, which glow under UV light, bringing even greater intensity to a sinister gaze. So no one ever uses the UV light features in their display that I know of, at least. So they added it, kind of cool, but not like a crucial feature to me ever. Interchangeable collars. So yeah, 2 interchangeable collars. Clean version, bloodstained one, which we paired with both heads sculpts interchangeably, offering more display possibilities. Dang, I'm dying over here. But yeah, you get the blood one for when you use the bloody mouse sculpt, or you could, I guess, put on this one if you want. It's your figure, so you can swap it out however you want. But it says 18 plus only, adult content notice. Makes sense because a bit of blood right there, and the movie's obviously a rated R or TVMA or whatever. A newly improved body. So yeah, the proportions do look better. Articulated 6-scale body has been further refined to improve the range of movement, giving Pennywise the ability to strike his signature theatrical expression. So yeah, I guess they upgraded the body for more posability, which is good. I don't know how many people want them like dancing like this in their display, especially because the new base doesn't really suit that. Authentic costume detail. The costume fabric recreates a subtle reflective quality as seen on screens through layered textures, sheens, and heavy weathering. Figure recreates Penny's unsettling, dark, and time-worn character faithfully. So yeah, I do think all the weathering and everything on the figure looks really, really good, really phenomenal. This is the best looking Pennywise outfit out of all 3. Definitely. Just that head, man, and the base we'll look at. Definitely the base I wish was a bit better, but the balloon looks pretty cool. At least he still gets the balloon. So here's everything the new one comes with. So you can see you get the balloon, which looks pretty good. You get that one head sculpt, the smiling one, you get the bloody one, you get the swap out bloody collar, you get the shard with the green rag to kind of hold it. So I don't know. I mean, it's really cool you get it. I was going to say, I don't know if you're going to want to display on the base near him, or else he'll start running out of your collection and then you'll never find him, and then you'll be even more horrified. But he also gets the big cleaver, the big meat cleaver. He gets this pipe right here you can peg into the base. You can see that little hole there. I don't know if it also works as a crotch grabber or how it works exactly. Yeah, because you get that, and then you can put it in the back kind of for that scene. You know, when you first see Pennywise in the show was absolutely awesome and disturbing when he like pops out of that kid, and then like, yeah, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it for you, but yeah, it's awesome. Looks like you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pairs of hands. Not really pairs though. So until you get 10 hands, it looks like. Yeah, 10 hands. Not really pairs, but you see a pair of open palmed hands, pair of closed. Okay, balloon holding hands. You can see where the thumb is. That's definitely the balloon's going to go in there, I'm pretty sure. Or their closed fists for when Pennywise throws hands. Gets the relaxed style hands. Gets a grippy-ish fingers curling hand, a pointing hand, or like a shushing hand. He gets this one, which maybe that's the balloon holding hand. I think actually maybe. Yeah, maybe these ones are just gripping hands for the cleaver. It's hard to tell from this angle, to be honest. So maybe that's the balloon holding hand. He gets a peace sign from he's like, what's up? So yeah, it's everything he comes with. But the first one, I still see why it's going for so much on the aftermarket. It got a lot of stuff. My face isn't current. Look at that base. That base alone looks phenomenal. Like the Pennywise, the dancing clown, has that wood detail. It has the curtains. It looks horrifying in the best way. And then of course you have swap out little back pieces. Accessory wise, it's a bit, like you get some interesting stuff. You get the map, you get that, some pictures. Not really too crucial to me. You get less hands though. You get the balloon holding hands with like the fingers out, the shushing finger hand. You get the claw hand, which I really like the claw hand. You get the 2 closed fists when he's throwing hands. You get the balloon. You also get the little boat, and you get the creepy head sculpt, I guess we'll just call it, with like all the teeth out, and it's implant hair. So I like that array. It's really good. I mean, of course, this one depends on which accessories you like. So what are my final thoughts, I guess? Because I will say the deluxe edition Pennywise is definitely better. The only problem now is trying to get that one. It's over $2,000. So if you're a big Pennywise fan and you've been waiting for a Pennywise from INART and you haven't ordered one yet, I'm still debating this one if it's one I'm actually going to want, because I need to look at how much the upsell is going to be from other companies reselling it, because we can't buy directly from INART. And honestly, I don't really collect horror characters, even though Pennywise is definitely one that's kind of tempting because he's really, really not awesome, because, you know, you don't want to call someone like that awesome, but he's really interesting to watch on screen, I should say. So I think that it's definitely worth getting if you're okay with the sculpted hair, knowing that the sculpted hair is not going to look as good as the rooted or the implant hair. It's not going to look as realistic. It's definitely going to look sculpted, especially in the collection. But at the same time, it might be fine. I'm a bit disappointed in what they did here for the hair, but it's a bit curlier, more curly than it was with the first figure, which is probably why they did that. All the accessories look great. The outfit and proportions look phenomenal. No complaints there. My only big complaint is, for one, the price, because it is sculpted hair. Wish it would have been a bit lower, and especially knowing that we can't buy direct from INART, and of course the implant hair itself. So what do you guys think though? I think it's fine for those of you who just want a Pennywise, who aren't going to pay the crazy prices for the first one, but the first one in general, I do think looks really good. And those of you who have the first one, since you get 2 head sculpts, you could probably pop one of those on this body, and there you go. You have 2 display bases, 2 everything for your Pennywise. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Go ahead and give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and definitely subscribe to the channel for much more content like this. And until next time, stay 6 scale.